What you are about to see is bizarre.
So there I was, just minding my own business, looking at Google Earth, and this big snow-covered monstrosity is staring me in the face like, why is that covered in snow? I look into Ireland and some other areas around it, Iceland. Ireland gets snow only once a year, one day a year. So I keep digging a little bit deeper, and I finally get underneath this cloud cover here, and a few images pop up. And I say, oh, images, what are they? Well, this is what you got, which I'm sure that looks familiar to you, right? Looks just like the pictures they give us of Mars. So I'm just kind of creeping around here and definitely noticing the same kind of undulation changes and same kind of rock, same kind of dirt. Only thing that's missing is that nice little red tint that they pay somebody $150,000 a year to put on there. And then I see little things there. So, well, it's not Mars because they got some weird little tires and little ATVs over there. But I was just kind of looking around, see what we could find. There's another one of those ATVs, some antennas set up. But those mountains, those rocks, definitely exactly like we see on Mars. So I said, I wonder what they're doing out here. What is all this equipment for? I'm sure it can't be NASA, right? Whose orange Hummer is this? Okay, that looks like a NASA symbol. Well, let's dig a little further because I can't really see anything on here other than certainly looks like a NASA symbol. And I can't read that. Tried. Cameras set up, tents, ATVs, food. They've been there a while. It's not a one-day trip. Got their antennas set up out in the middle of nowhere in Greenland. Another ATV, a leveler equipment. So that was all that picture had. Let's see what this one's got. So this one here said roving the Arctic. So what is that? Doesn't make any sense. So pop in here. See if we can find anything. Again, same kind of mountains. That looks like the same kind of water I've seen before that I thought was water on Mars. Who knows? Zoom in. What's that? Oh, nothing. Just looked like it was funny. So I'll keep kind of going through here and see if it... What the... Yeah. So, I think I found out where Mars is, guys.
Therefore, the Artemis Accords belong to our partners as much as they do belong to us. And we thank our partners for their commitment to establishing peaceful norms of behavior in space and their excellent feedback on the text of the Artemis Accords. The Artemis program itself will be the broadest and most diverse international space exploration coalition in history, and these accords are the vehicle to achieve this unprecedented global cooperation. The Artemis journey is to the moon and onto Mars, but with these accords, the destination is more than the moon and Mars. It's about peace and prosperity.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
This next-generation spacecraft will enable America to explore beyond low Earth orbit.
We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go.
The kinds of technologies that we're testing out on Space Station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit.
Early in the next decade, a set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
Hello, I'm Megan Clark, and I'm joined by Anthony Murford, and we're the head and deputy head of the Australian Space Agency. I'm really delighted to be here as part of the International Astronautical Congress and NASA's signing of the Artemis Accords. We're so proud that our agency, just 2 years old, can stand shoulder to shoulder with NASA and our counterparts from across the globe on the stage today to confirm our commitment to a safe, peaceful, and prosperous future. It's through the principles of the Artemis Accords that we share a collective interest in the exploration of outer space for peaceful purposes and to contribute to society and economic growth. Australia and NASA have a long relationship that's continued for over 60 years, from the NASA radio tracking facility in Woomera, South Australia, to really helping NASA be a part of that famous broadcast, Humankind's First Steps on the Moon, and we were proud to be a very small part of that, to the largest TV audience of the time. We recognise the past and ongoing collaborations, CSIRO, Geoscience Australia, our universities and industry.
Just over a year ago, at NASA's headquarters in Washington, D.C., our Prime Minister Scott Morrison launched a new partnership between the Australian Space Agency and NASA on future space cooperation, including the opportunity for Australia to join the United States Moon to Mars exploration approach, including NASA's Artemis Lunar Program. The Australian government is investing $150 million for Australian businesses and researchers to join NASA's endeavour, an investment here in Australia to deliver key capabilities for missions, for example, through participation in international supply chains that support NASA's missions. Australia is well positioned to support these activities as many of our technologies, like automation, are already in use in remote and harsh terrains, meaning there is less of a leap to show how these technologies can work in space. Given Australians' capabilities in space communication, robotics and automation, Earth observations, space medicine, as well as capabilities in the resources sector, Australia is ready to contribute its best ideas and know-how to support the future of space exploration. And as we invest in these technologies, we know we'll be improving our life here on Earth, as many of these technologies will also transform how we go about our everyday lives.
As we undertake these activities, the agency will be guided, as always, by our values, and this includes being a responsible global citizen. Australia is committed to ensuring the safety and sustainability of space activities and meeting our international obligations. This signing today helps Australia advance space as we partner with NASA, our international counterparts, on the Artemis mission, and we go forward to the moon and onto Mars.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Over the years, NASA has given us spectacular photos and renderings that reveal a colorful and mysterious universe.
No artists behind some of the most iconic space art in the galaxy.
In a small, bright office, working side by side.
Let's see.
Robert Hurt and Tim Pyle bring the universe to life. Astrophysicist turned artist. Tim, once a Hollywood animator, is now a planet illustrator. Together, they produce some of NASA's most popular images, from renderings of how planets light years away could look, to actual photos of stars and galaxies captured by NASA's powerful telescope. It's a delicate blend of imagination and data. The artists meet with NASA scientists over many drafts to ensure a planet or galaxy's look lines up with the research to make final results enough to keep us all dreaming of the final frontier for years to come. Chris Martinez.
Not every nation supports these ideals, so those that do must stick together. There is strength in numbers and strength in unity and solidarity. I extend an invitation to other nations to pledge your support for the principles of the Artemis Accords and your interest in joining us in our quest to extend a permanent human presence on the moon, Mars, and beyond. May God bless this coalition of trusted partners, and may God bless outer space.
Well, yeah, people come out and they've run out of anecdotes, you know, and they just start making stuff up. Yeah. Like that Neil Armstrong guy. Have you seen him on the talk shows?
Neil Armstrong, you mean the first man to walk on the moon?
Talk about a fish story. Man, and they're buying it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we didn't go there, and